Hey everyone, Lensman Oz here, and welcome back to Factorio. So, might be able to see top left, I'm just doing some research that isn't really all that exciting. I've gone through and I've researched most of these advanced smelting ones, not those ones, sorry, down here. I've gone through and done most of these ones just to get them out of the way. I've got a few things coming up that we need to get done. One is gas and oil extraction, so I think I'm going to do that one next. The other ones, yeah, fluid handling, all sorts of bits and pieces here that we need to get done. Engines would be good too. I've been really busy in between episodes. I did spend a bit of time playing through the game myself. You can see this belt just feeding down here. You can see there's a big empty area here, so I've gone and I have changed up my system a bit. I've got two of these factories, and you can see materials going in and stuff coming out. That one's coming from here. So what I've done, all of this area here is now empty because it's all in this building. These things are fantastic. I can go in, and inside here we have our materials coming in from here, which you can see outside, and here. And if I go outside, I can show you. I think it's Alt. Yep. So you push the Alt button, and it'll show you where your inputs are. So each of these arrows lines up to an input into this, or an output out. So you can see we've got stuff coming out of different spots, and if you come inside, you'll notice that these go out and in at different places. So this is a fantastic mod, and you can see how much space I'm saving because I've shoved it all in here. And obviously this isn't as optimized. I could probably squeeze a lot more stuff in here, but at the moment it's running fairly well. Let's get that oil underway. So we've got our materials coming in. We've got our normal stereotype being crushed down in our ore crushers. These are all level 2 ore crushers. Power comes in, it covers the whole building, so we don't have to worry about that. Insert items display outside. So what I could do is I could put maybe some crushed ceratite in, or something here, and it will show outside on the building, so you know what's in there instead of having to walk inside. Things are splitting like normal. We've got crushed stone going this way, and it runs up from both processes and out there. Our sapphites here, I've gone blank on their names for a minute. Stereotype, sapphirite. And they're both feeding in. And look, it's not ideal. It's not amazing, the setup that I've got here, but it's working at the moment, and that's all that matters. But yeah, I'm splitting it out so copper goes one side, and the iron and slag goes the other side. Gas and oil is finished. Let's see, we've got oil processing, flare stack. Now that was one of the things that I was looking for earlier, to get rid of some of our chemicals. So that's definitely going to be researched. Otherwise I will run out of room. But these are sort of working. This one's yellow, which means it's not going fast enough. We may end up having to increase this, but I think this is a throughput issue more than anything. Well, actually, it'll be a throughput here. Maybe once we get faster belts, or I could potentially set this up a lot better than I have, but it's fine. Things are happening. Materials are coming out. Still got tons in here, and probably tons in the one up top there. In this building, so we have our ores going in. You can see our plates coming out. This one I set up a little bit neater. It's actually a little bit more OCD friendly. So we've got silos in here, just for the case where something may not be keeping up. These are all Mark II blast furnaces. Wow, flare stack's done already. Steam power 2. Cobalt. I haven't even got cobalt yet. Well, I can do it, but I haven't. Yeah, anyway. Let's go through chlorine. I'm going to do this one. Oil processing. So we've got our setups as we did before. Copper ore into copper ingots into molten copper, and then we've got 3 per each of these, because I'm pretty sure these do 120 at a time. And these are pumping out stacks and stacks of material, which is ejecting the building and heading out to the world. Now, I was cleaning up. Oh, is that finally empty? Excellent. If you remember, I had that silo there because things weren't going as fast as they needed to be. So we can now tidy this up even more. Awesome. So eventually I'll clean some more stuff up here. And what I want to do, oil processing is done. Coolant. Paper making. Gas processing. What does this give us? An ore processing machine. You know what? Let's give it a go. Right, so I do eventually want to... I do have another factory building in here. I'm going to combine the rubite and the bobmanium, I think, into one unit and try and get the crushing of both of them and clean it up a bit so that it's not this mess and it's in a building. So that's something I'm going to do in between, otherwise I will spend all day doing that, and I don't think you guys want to see that. One cool thing that this has enabled us to do, I now have silos here. Look at all this copper. Got a bit of iron, definitely not as much, but everything here is running so smooth that I'm not having any issues. We've got everything we need. I have not extended the bus any yet. I have not set up any more of these things to be auto-crafted, which I am a little surprised that I haven't had to get to that point yet. Got lots of bricks on me. Got a few of these which we can upgrade soon. But let's go back over this way. How's our plants going here? 200 wood. These things are going quite well with the wood. It's good to see. Lots of research being done. We are going to need to get into the next level of research. And I think that's potentially where I was going to go with today, but how are these tanks going? Yeah, they're alright. Good. Carbon dioxide is full though, so this is where we're going to need one of those flare stacks. Alright. Can I make a flare stack? Please. I'm going to need some copper and some iron. I've got this iron chest here which I can grab 600 iron from. Just need a little bit of copper. No, I don't have one of those chests that I can do that on. Some copper plate there though. They can go. Very nice. So a flare stack. Flare, one of them. And then I think I want... what is it? It'll be... I don't want to pump all of it out. I want to only do a certain amount. And I just forget where those ones are and what they're called. It's like a valve? Valve. Overflow valve. Allows flow if the input side is above 80%. Is that what I want? I think it's one of them. I think that's what I want. Because I'm going to put it here. On this carbon dioxide. Let's grab our... do we have any pipes? I'm getting fairly low. Okay. And our valve. Zoom in. And I'm hoping that if I put the flare stack... oh my gosh, it's huge. Put that there. And give it some pipe. It should be venting that off. Hope it doesn't. Is that sort of working? No, because it's just purging everything now. Oh no, it's off. Oh, no, but I don't know what it's doing. Yeah, okay, that's about 80% and it's stopped, which is great. So that will now flare off when needed every time we get too much. Look at all this green algae we've got in here. Ore processing. I don't know what these do. Let's make one. Let's make one. It'll take a minute. So we do need to do the green algae and the uses for green algae. Let's see here. Green algae usage. We can turn it into cellulose fiber. And that's it. Alright, so let's do that. We've got a liquefier or a chemical plant. I think I have a liquefier in my inventory. It's there. So liquefier. Okay. Cellulose fiber from green algae. I don't know if it needs water in it. These power. And I'm going to need a chest. There you go. That's using that now. Using that, and we're going to be burning some of this carbon dioxide as well. Good. Very good. New research. We need to do more research. A tree arboretum. Okay. Let's just do this advanced smelting. Okay. So we now have this machine. Let's check it. It's tiny. Let's check it out. What can you do? Choose a recipe for assembling. No recipes available. Okay, I can't do anything with it yet. Alright, let's look at... Oop, L. No, not L. What do I need to do for the next science pack? What is it? This blue one. Okay. Science pack. Military science is one. That must be our next one. But no, that's grey. I want the blue one. So we're going to have to research to get the blue one. Is that here? No. One of these will give us the blue science. Maybe. Somewhere. So we're now into blue science. So something here has to give us blue science. I guess we'll just have to keep going through until we unlock it, or if you guys can see it, let me know. Alright. It is what it is, but we should have unlocked oil now. So I'm not sure if that's just going to show up on the map. I think it's these. So oil will be something we'll need to start looking into. Clay bricks are good. I think I was going to find a use for slag too. That was the other thing that we are now getting bulk amounts of that I have no real use for. So before we do this, let's... And apologies for being a little scatterbrained today. Yep, this stuff. Usage for slag. So we can turn it into concrete. Which is something we perhaps don't have yet. But to do that we need cement. And cement requires silicon and lime, so... Or I can just turn it into crushed stone, which turns into stone, and then... Yeah, we've got a whole other problem here. So, cement processing 2 is something we're going to need to do next as well. But we need to do this powder metallurgy. Right, so we'll do that now. There. Alright. So I think what we need to start looking at while we're waiting for that is getting rid of this and placing it in a building. So bear with me just a moment. I'm going to put a cut in the video and I will see what I can come up with in terms of cleaning up this area just a little bit. So one moment. Okay, so realised I can type science into the technology screen. I don't know why I forgot that was a thing. So blue science is here. It comes, or science pack 3. It comes from advanced electronics, which we do not have access to yet because we haven't done a couple of things. One is plastics, another is silicon processing, and then chemical processing 2. So let's get chemical processing 2 underway. That gives us steel chemical furnace, chemical plant, and calcium chloride. Okay, we'll research that now. I've just started doing a bit of this, and turns out apparently we didn't have that much backlog of the rubite. It's been a while since I've been up here actually, so they're all still processing. That one's probably the lowest, 2,000 left to go. So I've set them up to both come down and feed in here. So these guys are probably going full tilt. There we go, yep. And what I want to do is reverse these belts. Number 1. Let's reverse them back so it'll feed them back in. I've got a few crushers that I've set up already, so I'm just going to do the same process with basically both of them. Set up crushers and do the full ore split because it seems to work quite nicely that way, and I know we can go a little bit further in the future. Let's go and grab some circuit boards actually. I know every time I run through another phase, so to speak. Oh, I tidied this up too, by the way. Crushed stone's now going in here. It's feeding out into 2 assembly machines, making normal stone and putting it in this silo, which is getting pretty full. And then belted it out so it comes out to bricks and then down the belt as regular regular stone. Let's just run all the way down here. And you know what, I'm just gonna do the thing that people don't like me doing, is grabbing them off a belt. I don't need heaps, I don't think. I want... I had one in my inventory. I'll just grab the 4 that I need. Alright, chemical processing 2 is almost done. Lots of things working here now as I start pulling more and more items out of here. I'm trying to remember if I ever made pipes on the belt. I don't know if I did. Problem with not remembering. It's been a few episodes since we've been down doing this as well. So these pipes, what am I using? Stone pipes. Just stone brick. I could probably just set up a... I don't think they need to be on the bus. Oh look, I did set it up. Look at that. Very nice. We'll take another 50 of them. I've still got 32 of them, that's okay. So that's done. Let's do this silicon processing so we can get down and do this blue science. This is going to give us silicon wafers and powdered silicon. The previous one... Yep, okay. Let's get that going. Those pipes can refill a bit. It really is bad that I forgot that I've done that. Yeah, iron's doing real. Steel smelting, I've probably got overkill here as well. I probably don't need four of these. Chewing through my iron, so maybe it's worthwhile. I'm going to cut 2 out for now, and I'll let them finish processing, and I'll convert one of these to just being one side of the belt, and yeah, you get the drift. Obviously I used something that chewed some of this material, so that's just getting rid of the backlog that was here, which is good. We can get rid of that belt and that one. It's 1.8k of slag in there. I'll have to work out another way of doing. I'm pretty sure I can feed pipes in here as well, which is why I've left the top entrances open. I think I'll bring in any fluids through the top, so maybe worthwhile bringing these in this way. So we've got the oxygen and the sulfur dioxide. Lead plates. Again, this will need to feed down a bit before we do it. Glass is here as well, so we may end up building another one of these buildings for glass. To toggle port markers. There we go. So this is just showing me where everything can go in and out. So we got 4 crushers, so let's just get in here and get this going. Chemicals coming in the top. Kind of. I don't know. Trying to keep things neat, as I've said. We can feed out of here. Something crazy like that. Okay. Same deal here. Excellent. Nice. So that's crushing silicon, and then this one. So before I can make these, though, have a look what's in them. So the blue science requires a battery, an engine unit, electronic circuit board, and bronze plates. So there's a bunch I still need to do. So let's do this one. Just plastics. So I'll research that. Did I make my 4 processing things? Because remember, I'm going to need to have a separate. Oh, here they are. Here, I'm going to need to have a separate building for doing that. Okay, it was 3 out. Okay. Shift right click, shift left click. Awesome. So again, I love having these things, it's fantastic. These are one of the best things to be in this pack. Now this is going to be interesting because I do need to get the crushed out. So let's do this. Output priority is crushed stone. And I actually want that to be the output priority to the right. Yes. And this one to the left. Alright, let's put these together. Yeah, that'll be fine. If I do like that, and then something like that. That should give us the ability to crush that way, and this one down here. I'll put the ends on the back. I'll just put the end on the front. Makes more sense. And this isn't going to work either. So you can spend literally hours just playing around with this and getting things right. So I'm gonna do this. Like so. Maybe that'll work. Alright. So again, similar thing with this one. No. There. Why did I put that there? Alright, so this will eventually work once we get our crushed stone back out, which is probably going to be able to go here. And I may end up changing this around a little. But again, this this is backwards as well. There we go. Things are going in, and we're going to get bits and pieces coming out. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to use the different outputs here and try and filter each one out. I don't know if the mini loaders have a filtering ability. I don't think this version does, and I don't know if the next one up has a filter. Filter mini loader. There we go. That's what I want. Wow, 6 filter inserters. And maybe this is something I need to fix and make on the bus. If I put filter mini loaders on each of these, yikes, I can only make one. I could at least say output from here and tell it that I only want, what have we got? We've got slag, we've got nickel, and I think silicon, is it? Silicon and tin. Tin is, okay. So if I say here I only want tin, it will only push tin out through that one. And then the other one we can do the same, and we can push this tin out through that one. And then we could have maybe the silicon coming out this one and the slag coming out that one. Same thing here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and get the... Oh, there we go. I was going to say it's not working. I might go and get filter inserters on the bus. I don't think I have them, so that's probably something we need to investigate and get up and running. And then have them available for me to pick up. So like this. So if we want to make this, what do we need? We need undergrounds, we need steel, so the same items, undergrounds and steel, but filter inserters, not fast inserters. So I could probably, what does a filter inserter need? Basic electronic boards and fast inserters. So we've got fast inserters here, and we can do this. We can do this. Let's set you up to actually come out here. Change that to be that. And then bring this down. And that should give us circuit boards. And then we've got this. So if I plop... Just go down one. Probably want to use a fast, but it's not a big issue. I can do this and then pick up from there. Right. You are going to be making fast inserters. We then need to get these out of here and on a belt. And in there. There we go. Filter inserter's working. Obviously we're now backed up. Not sure why it's not putting them in, but that's fine. So we now have filter inserters. We can just combine them with what? We need 6 of them. 6 of them and the undergrounds and the steel belt. So let's do the same thing here. Let's put a splitters like this, and we can run our belts down. Do I have another crafting factory thingy? Assembly machine. Got one now. Awesome. Let's plop him. I'll put it there. I'm actually going to take this back one. And I'm going to do what I did before. Put you there and you there. Shift E and override their pickup spot. Okay, and then we need to get items out of here and into here. Probably a wooden chest. And just restrict it to 1. You are making them bit of power for all. And then we want to bring it out somewhere into a box. Oh, no, I don't want a big one. I just want a small wooden box. Thank you. So, how many of these did I do? 1 stack. That will be fine. Awesome. Again, we're now probably just chewing through materials on the belt. But once I've got enough here, there's 4. 5. That'll be the ones I need for those machines. I can now spend a bit of time fixing up what I've got going in that setup up here, and then getting those things processing and coming back down the belt, because as I said, these things will probably be using... Ooh, we're running out of power. I'm going to have to work on the power too, because that's now a thing. You can see things flickering. Power pole. Ooh, that's not good. Alright, so I'm going to make a few more engines, but in the meantime, wrapping up point, thank you all for watching. Please leave your comments down below. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.